everybody, it's Chris Seeds, known online as Wootini, a rather gay gamer video podcast episode. I did not go to the movies this week because I had family come to visit, which also meant that as the week went on, I had less time to game because I had to clean the apartment and make it look presentable for guests. So less gaming than usual as the week went on, but I did actually start a new game, which I know, but I didn't really start it. I just wanted to check it out. Like Tuesday evening, I had like an extra 15-20 minutes, and I was like, let me just see, because the new PlayStation Plus games came out, and one of them was Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. And I was like, let me just check it out. I love Tomb Raider. So let me see what it's like. So I just wanted to try it. And I started in Lara's home, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just start the game. And it's been a long time since I played the original Tomb Raider, and there's no tutorial. In Laura's house, she's like, you know, I can jump, but it doesn't tell you what button to push for that. Because I realized I was like, oh, because back in like 1996, like you would get booklets. There were instruction booklets in your games that had, you know, a little story information and like controls and like character descriptions and the whole thing. They were great. But now everything's all mostly digital, and even if you buy physical, there's very unlikely that you're going to see any kind of instruction booklet inside the box. So the games nowadays walk you through tutorial levels that teach you the controls. Back then they did not do that. So I kind of had to go online and like double check what all the buttons do, because I was literally just like pressing whatever I could and trying to figure out like, okay, that's jump, okay, that's this, that's shoot, okay. And they're very complicated. They're a little too complicated, but whatever. And I did switch to modern controls, because I started and I was like, oh, I forgot the tank controls. Fuck tank controls. And they give you an option. Spire updated the controls, so you can customize the controls however you like, but I'm fine with the controls, except I wanted modern controls so I can control the camera and look around and shit. They also did a fun thing where you can swap between the new graphics, which it's the same polygons, they just, you know, cleaned up the textures and made everything look a little prettier, but it's the same number of polygons. So you can switch between the new graphics and then press the start button and see the original graphics. And you can toggle between them with the start button, which is, I think if I actually do end up playing this, I think that might come in handy, just because not only did they like upgrade the textures to clean them up and make them look nice in HD, they also added like dynamic realistic lighting. So there are certain places where like the cavern is like crazy dark and you can't really see what you're doing. So it's nice to be able to just hit start and go click, and then there's a much brighter version of it so you can actually see what you're doing. So I feel like that might come in handy in certain areas. I only played like a little bit of the first level. I did a few areas, and I don't even know how far I am in it. But you can save and then start exactly where you left off, which is super helpful. I don't know when I'll go back to it or if. I know I played the first one, and I'm pretty sure I played the second one, but I feel like the second one was like too difficult or something. I'm pretty sure I never played the third one. Like that's where I bounced off the series with number 3. I don't think I ever played 3. So that would be new to me if I ever did actually get around to playing these. I just think it's fun, it's retro, and it's kind of neat, and I enjoy revisiting that era. Because that was a novelty at the time. These big, wide open caverns you can explore and find secrets, and it was just so cool back in the PS1 days. But that was just that one day. I just played it for a little bit. And then I also didn't play a lot of Ghost of Yotei, because as the week went on, as I said, I had less time to play games. So I only played Yotei at the very beginning, so I did not make a whole lot of progress in Yotei. I did do a mission, a main story mission, and I did encounter the Oni, but only in a cutscene. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'll go up here and do the next story quest, except I was like, you know what? I'm already in this area, and the Bomb Maker has a side quest, so let me just do the Bomb Maker side quest real quick. And when I did that, it was like we were like taking back stolen bomb supplies from the raiders, and at the end of that, I suddenly got a new weapon. I got blind bombs, which they're like the smoke bombs, except they're not quick fire, so I guess you're not meant to use them in the heat of combat like the smoke bombs. You're meant to like use them at the beginning of a fight, like if you can't sneak up on somebody and there's like a couple of enemies, you can just throw a bomb and then the smoke will be there and then you can assassinate them all real quick. That might be fun. So that could come in handy. It's also funny because I've been playing for so long now that I've collected a lot of stuff, so as soon as I get a new weapon, it's like upgrade, 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 because I have all the supplies to do that. Except in this case, I did not. I was able to do like two or three of the upgrades, but I couldn't do the last couple because I didn't have enough black powder. But thankfully, the bomb maker sells black powder, so I just bought like a bunch of black powder to cover the difference, and then she upgraded it fully. I gave it back to her to upgrade my bombs. Then I did the next story quest, which was a climb to the top of a shrine to find Madgoro, and then as you fight your way out, you're fighting the raiders, and Madgoro shares the secret of the Oni's flame, so your weapons can go on fire, which is kind of neat. I ran out of it real quick, but you know, I might use it occasionally because it looks really cool. But that's as far as I got, because as the week went on, I had less time to play games, and so I had to kind of prioritize my daily games like Animal Crossing and Disney and Nikki. And Disney, I had to play Disney because the new Star Path started this week, and I had to welcome Pocahontas to my valley. I also, it was a very simple, easy quest. It wasn't one of the really involved ones. This one was relatively simple. And then I also bought the little pug Percy, but I have not activated him as a companion yet because my companion, I remember, if you might recall last episode, I thought that you started to unlock Pluto with Lady and the Tramp, and then I saw him in the trailer for Pocahontas, so I thought you would unlock him fully once this update dropped. But it turns out that's not the case. I just had one more quest to do, and then I ended up actually unlocking Pluto like a day or two before the new update dropped. So I have Pluto as my companion. So when I level him up to 5, then I'll switch over to Percy and level him up some. But yeah, I'm basically just doing the Star Path. And then also I did speak to Olaf and started the Grand Exhibition Hall, which is this new building that I tried to put on a floating island, but you have to put it in your valley and it's super annoying. But my friend Rob was like, oh, just stick it in the frozen wastelands there. And I was like, oh yeah, I can just throw it up there. That there's nothing up there because, it's a good place to stick things. And it's a white building, so it looks good against the snow. So whatever. So I stuck it up there, and it's basically just like a lot of busy work. The exhibition hall has an exhibition for each biome, and you start with the peaceful meadow, and you basically have to collect all of the gems, all of the flowers, and all of the crops that you can grow in the peaceful meadow, and then all the animals. And then, like, I've done all the animals, but then the middle one, it's like I can't get the gems because I can't get the shiny ones yet. I keep trying, but I haven't gotten them yet. But in the center one, it's like all the plants, and then you have to like kind of build these dioramas, which require like all kinds of random, like, wood and seaweed and rock and pebbles and colors and things and whatever. And unfortunately, you don't seem to be able to use your storage to build those. You have to have it on you, which is sort of irritating because it means you have to like go and like note what you need and then go get it and then come back and then build it. And it's just a lot of busy work. So I may or may not spend a lot of time on that. We'll see what the mood strikes me. And then I didn't play a lot of Nikki at the beginning of the week, but then halfway through the week, the second part of this new update dropped. So I, of course, would go to Allison and exchange every day to get my rewards. But then I didn't play a lot of anything else because I had done the main quest, as I said last episode. And then I also unlocked the new outfit, the free outfit. I did enough to unlock the free outfit, so I don't have to play any more of that minigame that I complained about last episode. Yay. So I was like, whatever, and I was doing side things. And then there was this side quest where I was like, oh, there's this cavern, let me explore this cavern. And that unlocked this whole big thing where you had to go to like 4 different caverns to get these pieces that you put together so that you can get into this other cavern. And it was like it turned into a whole big thing. But it was fine. It didn't take too long because I'd already done a couple of the caverns, as it turns out, and didn't realize it. And so it wasn't too bad until the final cavern, where the treasure turned out to be a bunch of recipes for little designs for this new outfit. And I was like, oh, I like this outfit. This outfit looks really cool. The problem is that I couldn't craft all of it. There were 2 pieces that I didn't have ingredients for. One of them was fish, so it was like, okay, fine, I can just do some fishing and then I can craft the piece. But then the shorts, I was like, I can't craft the shorts until I get behemoth fur. And the problem is, I don't know how to groom behemoths. So I ended up having to do another side quest with this guy, because I had to look it up online. And they're like, oh yeah, you have to do the side quest with this guy who wants you to take pictures for his behemoth research. And then he gifts you with this outfit that lets you like walk among the behemoths without them attacking you, except you need behemoth fur to make that outfit, so I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work. Like, so you have to groom them. And then I found out that you have to like grow giant, then knock them out, and then while they're knocked out and the babies are scared, you groom the babies. You can also groom the adult. And it was so annoying and really hard to do because they wake up real quick. And but I did manage to get enough of the baby behemoth fur so that I could make this outfit. And I was like, yay. So now I have this nice new outfit. I'm not using the free outfit. I'm using this outfit because this outfit's really kind of cool looking and I like it. So I'm like, please don't ever have any more outfits that need behemoth fur because it's a real pain in the ass to do. So now I can take a break from Nikki because I'm pretty much done with that. And now I can get back to Yote. So if you come back next episode, I promise I will have... Fingers crossed, I am at the final mission to take down the Oni, and next episode I can talk about my victory against the Oni and his evil raiders. See you then. Bye!